So typically when strategic voting happens here in Ontario between the NDP and the Liberals, it's actually the Liberals who benefit from it. But this time the NDP is hoping things are different. There's different momentum, and they are hoping to be the benefactors.
So, Chris, some may have expected this appeal to Liberal voters to come, the early part of next week. So the timing is different. What is with that?
Well, this weekend could be entirely crucial. There are still up to 12% of people who say they are undecided. Plus, the NDP is hoping a lot of those Liberal voters may be willing to change their vote. So to get this message out now, ahead of the weekend rush, maybe just what they need. It'll give a chance for that information from their leader to get into the hands of the volunteers. And you can imagine right across the province how many people there are going to be knocking on doors now armed with this message.
That final push over this weekend. And you'll be right along with them, too. Thanks so much, Chris.
I will.
Well, this election, we are asking voters to share what matters most to them. Joseph Smith is a researcher, a PhD candidate, and youth mentor. As we head to break, here is his election story.
Hi, my name is Joseph Smith, and I'm an anchor at Generation Chosen. It's a program focused on mental health, emotional intelligence, and essentially just facilitating meaningful programming for young people between the ages of 15 and 25.
Throw your worst memory in the sunken place.
I choose to come out here and spend my time simply because I know the kids need it. I know I needed it when I was younger too. I was suffering from depression, and it was the outgrowth of anxiety because of the experiences that I was facing at that time period. My mother losing her job, being out of work, my father losing his job, being out of work, and then all of my friends trying to financially support their own households by doing things that mainstream society would deem illegal and wrong.
If you want to run,
I ended up skipping school more than anyone I know. I felt like there weren't enough resources in my community to properly service me, so I ended up getting involved in some things that I shouldn't have as well. I'm hoping that my vote will count for future generations not feeling like there's a dearth of mental health resources available to them in lower income communities that are particularly racialized. I'm hoping that my vote will count towards the next premier finding creative and constructive ways to bring more internships into my community, to bring more job opportunities into my community for youth under 29, simply because it's those kinds of situations and issues that when they're unmet and when they're not dealt with properly, lead to people feeling alienated, marginalized, radicalized even in some respects. My name is Joseph Smith, and this is my election story.